The Hive currently has 14 game modes, some older and some newer, but I figured it was time to ask the age-old question: what is the best Hive game mode? So, in today's video, I'll be ranking every game based off of 3 factors: entertainment, replayability, and of course, my opinion. Watch till the end, hope you enjoy, and comment your Hive game tier list down below. Number 14 is of course a very popular opinion: Groundwars. The Hive community dislikes this game with a passion. It's been around for a very long time already, and has earned almost no respect from any Hive player. I mean, at least it's what it seems. It also has not improved one bit in its years, and this just shows that Hive pretty much also does not care about the game either. Entertainment wise, your first couple of games are actually really fun, but as you play more and more, you realize it's just the same thing every time, and it just gets more bland and more boring. In my opinion, this is just the worst game for 2 more reasons. 1, the game takes so long to either win or lose. Everyone is always hiding, placing defense, or playing defense, or just sucks, which makes the game last an eternity. And 2, the bugs and glitches with the stupid eggs. Sometimes when you throw the egg at someone, it hits them right in the hitbox, and they just don't die. It's so frustrating. So, this game's gonna be put in my 14th spot, and it'll probably be there forever. Number 13, we have CTF. Now, CTF was at one point a fire game back when it first released, as people were just learning how to play it, how to improve, and were just playing it for fun. But nowadays, the only people you get matched up with are sweats or cheaters. It seems like everyone who plays it has auto-clickers, aimbot, or just some sort of hack. One thing this game holds strong though, is entertainment. As long as you have a good team, and you guys know what you're doing, winning can be a good option. But the replayability is this game's weakness. With very few maps, no other game modes that add challenges or players, and nothing extra like kits, you just do the same thing every time. Run into the enemy's territory, take their flag, bring it back, repeat. It's too routinish every time you play. In my opinion, it's the Hive's worst game, and if you're a big fan of my channel, you know that. But the only reason I put it higher than Groundwars was because it's fun to play with friends and easy to play and understand. In the 12th spot, we have Parkour Worlds. This side quest kind of game is really entertaining and really fun, especially if you're racing people you know. And once you beat it, you can always go back and play again. But that's my argument. After you finish all the worlds, the chances of you going back are really low. It's not a game where you earn XP or any other bonus collectibles for replaying it. So once you finish it, you're basically done. In my opinion, it has the 12th spot because it's a chill game that you can play while waiting for your friends to log on, or if you're bored and have nothing else to do. I would say it'd be higher on the ranking if Hive added more worlds, more challenges, and more replayability options so that we can dive into the game a little more than how we play it now. In the end though, this was a good idea by the Hive to bring in a game like this, especially for people who enjoy parkour. In the 11th place, we have Gravity. Gravity is a very classic game. When you're racing your friends to the bottom, it can get very intense very quickly, which makes it enjoyable and entertaining to play. But just like the downloadable dropper maps, after you've played a few times, you kinda just forget about it, because it's the same concept every single time. This game is way more entertaining than the previous ranked games, and that's all thanks to the adrenaline feeling it gives us. Like, because it gets intense so fast. For my personal opinion on Gravity, I think it's perfect, and Hive should not change anything about it. But like I said previously, it's the same thing every time you play, so just keep that in mind. Lastly, another reason for this game being so low on the ranking for me is because Gravity has been around for so many years and has not changed at all. Hive maybe could have picked something else to add to the server, to be honest, but at the end of the day, it's a good choice for some people who like droppers. Number 10, Block Party. I love Block Party. I think it's a good concept, has good feeling, and is very underrated. There's almost nothing bad to say about this game, except how if you're trying to get to max level, it can be pretty boring and pretty slow. But if you're not, then playing this game every once in a while is very entertaining and fun. The only reason it's number 10 is because I enjoy other games like Block Drop, number 9. This is a classic addicting game that almost never gets old and is always fun to replay. Block Drop makes us have or show a lot of emotions while playing, either from frustration, happiness, or being excited. The intense moments while playing this game makes you want to continue or try again. The only thing about this game is that the entertainment factor slowly depletes as you play more and more. But as long as you stop playing for a bit, then come back, you remember that this game is just addicting and perfect. Personally, I enjoy playing this game, but only when I'm streaming and chat can join me. I find if I play by myself, I actually win too much, which is funny, but chat makes this game more fun anyway. If Hive were to add some other concepts like teams or a 1 block layer, it'd be higher on my ranking, but for now, block drop will stay at number 9. Game 8, Deathrun. Deathrun is one of my personal favorites, as well as a lot of other people's, and I can see why. Racing against other players while someone is trying to stop you is such a good concept, and Hive made it work so well. The maps are crispy, the traps are fun to try and get by, and everything else is perfect. The amount of times I want to load up another round to try and win the next one, or keep my win streak going, is crazy. Thanks Hive for creating one of, if not the most engaging game so far. And in my opinion, nothing needs to be changed because what they have is already good enough. Now, we are at the halfway point in the ranking. So if you made it this far, like and subscribe! Number 7, just build. Don't get me wrong, this game is such a good idea. First, in terms of entertainment, it's pretty enjoyable to let your creativity run wild, building whatever comes to your mind. However, the constant pressure of finishing in a short time frame can be a bit stressful, and while that's fun for some, it's not for everyone. The replayability is decent, building different themes keeps it interesting, but after a while, the novelty fades. It starts to feel a bit repetitive once you've done enough builds, and that can make you put it down faster than you'd like to. Finally, in my opinion, it's not one of those games I'd immediately jump into when I want a deep or engaging experience, but it's fun in small bursts. But it lacks that long-term hook. Chat knows that I can't build for my life as well, so when it comes to playing a game that's meant for building, it won't be that much fun to me. The only reason it's number 7 is because it's more fun than the previous games I've ranked. Coming in at number 6 is Hide and Seek. Now this one is just a Hive classic, and it definitely brings some fun to the table. In terms of entertainment, it's a blast running around trying to hide or catch players, with a little bit of adrenaline every time you're spotted or manage to avoid detection. It's one of those games that can be chaotic and hilarious, which is always a plus. For replayability, it's solid. Every round feels different depending on where you hide or who's seeking, but after a while, it can get a bit predictable and rounds can feel very long, especially if you're hiding and it takes forever for the seeker to find you. And personally, I think it's a game that shines best with friends. Solo, it can feel a little less exciting, but with a group, it's a great way to pass the time. Still, it's not a game I would rank higher for a variety of depth, so that's why it lands at number 6. After a while, it can get a bit predictable and rounds can feel very long, especially if you're hiding and it takes forever to It's solid. Every round feels different depending on where you hide. Holy voice crack, oh my god. Number 5, survival games. This one is a real thrill, offering fast-paced action and strategy in every single round. When it comes to entertainment, it's intense. You're dropped into that open map, scrambling for loot, and battling it out until there's only one player left. The rush of survival and the unpredictability of each match keeps you on the edge of your seat. As for replayability, survival games is top-notch. No 2 rounds are ever the same, with different strategies, different opponents, and random loot placements. It's definitely the type of game you can jump into repeatedly and still feel that excitement. Lastly, I just enjoy this game so much. Get a friend and play duos because you'll definitely have some fun. It's hard to put this game at number 5 and not higher, but this game does have its competitors on the ranking, like number 4, Murder Mystery. This game is always a good time, combining suspense, strategy, and a bit of deception. In terms of entertainment, it's got that perfect balance of mystery and thrill. As either the murderer or the detective, or an innocent bystander, you're always on your toes trying to figure out who's who and what's going on. The tension in each round can be pretty hilarious, especially when you're trying to stay calm while others are running for their lives. For replayability, Murder Mystery holds up really well. Every round feels really different, the roles change, the players change, and the excitement stays fresh. It's a game you can play for hours without getting bored, as long as you're in the right mood for some mind games, and you have some patience because rounds can sometimes take an eternity. And personally, I love it for the unpredictability. Every match is full of surprises, and it keeps you coming back for more. It might not have as much action as other games, which is always good if you need a break from PvP, but the suspense and the fun factor definitely make it worthy of number 4. Number 3, The Bridge. If you're into competitive, skill-based gameplay, this one really delivers. In terms of entertainment, it's all about quick thinking and intense action. You're constantly building, fighting, and trying to score in an environment where one wrong move can cost you the whole game. The combination of PvP combat and parkour mechanics make every match exciting and nerve-wracking. For replayability, the bridge flex is pretty hard compared to the rest of the games. Each match is fast-paced and you can always improve your strategy, build, and combat skills if you play again. Plus, with different maps and constant competition, no 2 games ever feel the same. And in my opinion, it's one of the most engaging and challenging experiences on the Hive. The adrenaline of trying to get that final point, while defending your bridge and fighting off enemies keeps me coming back for more and more. It's a solid mix of skill and strategy, which is why it lands on the top 3 spot. Number 2, Skywars. This game is a blast, and it's honestly one of the most exciting experiences on the Hive. In terms of entertainment, it's non-stop action from the moment you start. You're dropped onto the floating islands, racing to grab the loot, building bridges, and battle out with other players. The fast-paced nature keeps you engaged, and there's always something happening. When it comes to replayability, Skywars is incredibly solid. Every round is different. You never know who's going to attack first, what loot you'll get, or how the map will play out. There's so many strategies to try and win, there's so much action, and it makes you want to keep playing for hours. And personally, I think what really sets it apart is how satisfying it is to win. The thrill of outsmarting and outplaying your opponents with a well-timed strategy or a perfect PvP fight is unmatched. It's fast, it's fun, and it's challenging, which is why it deserves the number 2 spot. And finally, my number 1 Hive game mode, Bedwars. Bedwars is the ultimate combination of strategy, teamwork, and intense PvP action, which is why it takes the top spot. In terms of entertainment, Bedwars delivers non-stop fun. The thrill of defending your bed while trying to destroy your opponents is always exciting, and the mix of building, fighting, and resource gathering keeps you fully engaged from start to finish. For replayability, Bedwars has it all. Every match feels fresh because you're constantly adjusting strategies based on how the game unfolds. Whether you're playing solos or with friends, there's always something new to try, and it never gets old. Plus, the team dynamics add a lot of depth, making it a blast to coordinate with others. And in my opinion, there's no better feeling than working with your team to outsmart and outlast the competition. The strategy involved, whether it's setting up defenses, gathering resources, or making the final push, makes it incredibly rewarding. That's why Bedwars takes the number 1 spot on my list. It's the perfect mix of everything Hive has to offer, and by far is the best concept of a Minecraft minigame ever made. Well, that'll be it for my Hive ranking. I hope you enjoyed the list and got a better idea of which games I like and dislike. If you agree or disagree with my picks, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts and which game you think deserves the top spot. Don't forget to like and subscribe so we can hit 1K subs, and if you made it to the very end, comment Big Boy Battle. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye guys.